You may get somebody or a company that says, well, we love these records that you have already released, and we know you have so many amount more records coming that is in the pipeline, and we want to do a deal with you. And they're throwing numbers at you, they're throwing percentages at you, and things that you've never seen before. And to secure or to protect yourself from being, you know, tricked or getting a bad deal, is you need to have a good attorney. You have to have a good lawyer to look over that contract. So outside of the personal manager, the business manager, the attorney, your family, your creative fold, those are important in building that team. Another thing I want to kind of touch lightly on before I go to the next pillar.
We're actually kind of getting low on time here. So I want to try to get into these questions. Like, this is the biggest thing. So okay. I know you had to hit that hour's time slot.
Right. Right.
And we're pushing up on 3:45 right now.
All right. So, can I wrap it and then go? I'll go fast.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Just because we're in interest of time, let me kind of go quickly because I definitely want to get to your questions. I wanted to talk about working within your own community. In other words, a lot of people are like, well, I'm a songwriter, but how do I get on? First thing is look for producers and songwriters in your neighborhood. Look for it through Facebook. Find them. Google your city producers. Look for studios. Go by the studio and intern. Be available to the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? In other words, interning at a studio or interning at a label or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's being somebody's personal assistant, it's going to allow you access to other people that do what you do. You have to be around it to be able to take advantage of it. So don't ever think because you don't have a producer or nobody to make your tracks that you can't make it. Go find that person, and then it's best to build that team from your community within. That's super, super, super important, because once you start to build your brand from within your community, and you got fans within your community, labels are going to take notice of that. The fourth and fifth pillar is the fourth is to study your craft, study the greats, study different genres, and study different eras. You know, at the end of the day, a hit is a hit, and there are elements to a hit, no matter what genre, gospel, pop, country, that's consistent. Great melody, relatable top line. Those two elements are consistent with every hit. Great melody, relatable top line. You could have a hit record that the artist is not really the greatest of singers. So listen to a lot of the successful songs from great producers or top 10 records. Billboard has it now where you can Google Billboard Hot 100 list 1996, 2001. Google that. Please do that. And you're going to see the list of top 100 songs at the end of the year. And then what I want you to do is you don't have to listen to all 100. Take the top 5. Download those songs. Buy them on iTunes. Listen to those songs. And find a similarity what made those songs work that year versus what made the top 5 songs work 10 years down the line, and bring the similarity together. That's how you're going to be able to create the new music, the new stuff, because you know the formula by studying it that way, and you're studying songs and the writing styles of the greats. The fifth and final is find your own niche. Please, if there's something that's popular in the marketplace, a style is popular in the marketplace, go completely against the grain. One person, off the top of my head, there's a lot of people that do this very well, but one producer that did this extremely well is Missy Elliott. She always went, or Timbaland. They always go against the grain. That's why when their records come out, it's like, oh my gosh, did you hear that new Justin Timberlake? Did you hear that new Timbaland and Missy? It's because they're going against the grain. They're not worried about what radio is playing. They're worried about, yes, what DJs are spinning, because what they're doing is they're listening for how DJs are blending these records, and then they're going back and they're creating a unique sound that they know can blend with the mix that DJs are doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. Don't just settle for doing a type of genre, not to down a genre or a style of music or a style of writing just because your favorite producer writes like that. Let your favorite producer at least be 30 years in the game ahead of you, you know what I'm saying, before you start biting their style a little bit, you know what I'm saying, because it becomes kind of an insult. Be unique. So that's it, without going any further, because I want to take some time to answer all of your questions. I really, really appreciate you guys for being here, and we have another portion after this that's we're going to announce and make available, and Andre is going to give a little bit more details to that.
So let's get to the questions here. So Jonathan says, my main question is how to get your music heard. I have a SoundCloud and a YouTube, but I find it very difficult to expand my fan base beyond friends. I have a social media background, so I actually want to jump in on this before Kendrick does. And social media is very important. I mean, it starts out with your friends, and that's why Facebook is actually such a huge platform to be able to expand outside of your friends, because when one of your friends likes something that's on your Facebook page, their friends now see that they like it, and then it just kind of goes viral from there. There are no other social media platforms out there that do the same. Instagram, I mean, you can dig deep and find out what other people like, but that's kind of a headache. And with Twitter, somebody has to retweet it, which is kind of the same thing, but it's not the same as Facebook. So, Jonathan, to you, I would suggest, getting your music out there on Facebook, creating a Facebook fan page, and actually, putting a lot of time into that to be able to grow your fan base. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I definitely want to add something to it. Outside of because he seems like he's doing some good stuff with the SoundCloud and whatnot. Outside of that, just figure out a way to be different as an artist. In other words, what I mean by that, you might want to host a concert in your local neighborhood, a free concert, or a canned food drive. Now Thanksgiving is coming up. Free concert, and call a local newspaper up and say, hey, look, I'm doing this free concert in my neighborhood. It's a canned food drive. These are the attendees, because I sent the invite on Facebook, and I sent the invite in the streets, and these are the people that came to the website and said they're going to be there, so we're guaranteed to have 300 people, all right? And their entry is a canned food item, and I'm young, you know what I'm saying? So you guys need to support me, you know what I'm saying? So do things like that and do a performance for them. And the news station is going to be there, and they're gonna shoot you for free doing your performance. Next thing you know, you have access to millions of homes, you know what I'm saying, in your city, depending where you're from, and people will be able to come and enter into that concert. Another thing is you could do little promo items, T-shirts, you know what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily have to all be, well, everybody drive to the SoundCloud. How do I get them to drive to? You got to build the port for them to get to the SoundCloud, whether it's having your website on your T-shirts, handing out a flyer at that free concert, that has the website with the SoundCloud. Everybody that goes to the SoundCloud or wherever you're hosting your music, they're registered. So you have their email address, and for future engagement. So the next event that you have, make sure you log the first and how many numbers of people that attended, and make sure you videotape it. And then the next event, do the same thing. And then after a while, you have a collage of events where you can edit your video into a 5 to 10 minute short sizzle reel and show an exec, see, this is how my fans have grown over the years. Start from the bottom, like now we're here. Started off with 50 people coming to the show. Now I got 5,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm in these streets, or whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a way to do it. Just be creative with it.
All right, so Darius, he wants to know how important it is to have his own LLC.
Guys, when you write your questions, let me know where you're from, too. How important is it to have your own LLC? Well, it's important to be organized in your business. There's several ways to do that. You don't necessarily have to have an LLC. You can have a corporation, but it's up to what makes sense for you at the time in business, whether it's LLC, whether it's incorporated, etc. What makes the best sense for your financial situation? What makes the best sense for how you're structuring your taxes? And the best persons to discover or that answer with would be a business manager or an accountant, someone who specializes particularly music business, and they'll be able to advise you whether you want to do LLC, whether you want to be incorporated, etc. And at the same time, it's important to also retain and have rights to whatever name of company that you have. So yes, it is important. If it's a production company, you don't want for your company's name to be stolen or somebody else to use it years down the line because you didn't incorporate it or protect it. So it is important. It's not like a song that you can do a poor man's copyright and self-mail the song back to, and that holds up in court, per se. So if you've got a unique name, if you got a unique artist name, you want to definitely seal it, and you might want to talk to a trademark attorney as well to actually trademark that name. How, you know, Michael Jordan has Michael Jordan trademark. Tim Tebow has Tebowing trademark. So no one can use that without paying him. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like that's the name, invest that money to save it, to retain it.
Let me get to Erica's question because I can't seem to copy it off of the chat here. So Erica says that she's a freshman, a music major at Clark Atlanta University, and she's currently trying to acquire an internship, and she was wondering if we do that sort of thing. We're actually looking for an intern right now. Erica, what specifically in music are you trying to do? Because Kendrick and I are looking for an intern as we speak.
Yeah, and then also, Erica, you can actually tweet, if we don't get a chance to get your response back, you can tweet who you are and reference that, you know, your intern looking, tweet, hashtag myself and tweet Andre and Music Business Success. Reference that you're a freshman at Clark looking for an internship. And we can know you know who you are from that, and Andre can make arrangements to get your information, get your resume, and see what exactly you're looking to do and how we can help. We got London, UK in the house. I want to shout out the UK. I know we have Amsterdam in the house. Where else?
Let me see. Ronnie has a question that I love. That's Ronnie Johnson. Ronnie says, has the music business finally taken a change back to lyrics and not so much club and dance songs?
You know what? That's a difficult question to answer, but I'll answer it in a couple ways. I think because, in other words, because I've been doing great lyric, great melody songs all my career. I haven't stopped, and I feel like I'm a part of what the music business is. I'll put it this way. There has been a lot more attention paid to artists doing real records with real soul and real melody.